So in this video we will look at methods. Methods are building blocks of classes. So methods can be reused and it saves a lot of time and number of lines. So methods can be called rather than again typing everything from first. Now we will see how to use methods in Java using a sample example. We will check whether a given number is positive, negative using positive or negative or zero also we can say using a method inside a class. Okay, first we will create a class named number. Classes generally start with capital letter, whereas variable is opposite. We will use small letters. So first we will create a class number. So number class is created. Now I will give an instance of I will give an variable integer h. So this integer is the integer that we will find whether it is positive, negative or zero. So in the next step we will first create an object for accessing this class. Next we will go to methods after that. So to create an object we use the class name. Class name is number. So class name. Then we can create our variable number. So variable number, that is nb, we will create nb. So number equal to new class name. Class name is num. So we have created an object for this class. Now we will create a variable here. So we will create a method here. So we will give method name as is num. So method we will give a method public. This method is public. Then return value, we will give a return value of integer. Int. Then we will give the name as is num. Then curly we will have bracket because it is a method, it's not class or variable, so we will give brackets, this brackets. So next we will see, so if given number h is greater than, given number h is greater than 0, then here we are given an int statement. So we have to return a value. Returning value means the value here we put would be returned where we call. So return, for example, return, here we will give as positive number, so we will return 1. Then else if statement. H is equal to 0, then return 0. We will return 0. That is your wish. We can return anything. Return 0. But wait, else. Okay. So else. So now else, the only option left is negative numbers. We can directly return, no need statements here because it's a else. Then -1 will return for negative integer. So now here we have called it. So here we have to first assign the value for h. So we will assign the value for h. So for assigning that, we have to put our object name dot h equal to, we will give random number. Okay. So next we have to call that function to check whether it is positive, negative, so or 0. For calling these statements, for calling this method is num is the method, so we'll call that by if. We have to put condition so that we can if so is num of, because it is a method we have to use bracket here nb, because object is important, because for this object it is 44. For example, the number h for this nb object is 44. We can create multiple objects here. So if equal to 0, then we can print it is 0. Given number is 0. Now else if nb dot is num of equal to 1, println given number is positive. Now other option left is else negative numbers, that is print. So else negative numbers, so print given number is negative. So let's check this by running it. So the given number is positive, 44 is positive, so we'll give a negative number. Run. Let's check. Now the given number is negative, and also for 0 similarly. The given number is 0. Here two ways we can use this. We can either use return statements or we can directly print over there. In this case, printing it over there itself is easier than here printing it. So these statements can be erased, and I'll tell you how to print them. So here instead of integer we have to use void so that it doesn't return any statements. So void. So now it doesn't return any statement. Instead of return, here itself we can print. Instead of return we can print here. So no return statements. So we'll copy it and paste it. If h is greater than 0, it is positive. So we'll print it there. So we don't need these statements. Instead, we have to just call it dot is num, our method name package. That's it. So now let us run and check. So the given number is 0. Thank you guys. This is how we can use two ways for either returning statements. For boolean functions we can return, so that is easy, only 2, whereas for these cases, we have three cases. So returning again printing is difficult, so you can directly print over the method itself.